Hello, Rob from Ascendant Loft. Ironic video. We put one on the other week about young bird sickness, but we didn't have young bird sickness. I do have, well, I believe to be young bird sickness, but not as such what you normally find. I think it's more a viral infection, which I believe has spread throughout the country. So watching, this is day 1 to 3. So my young birds are on the dark nest. I think this is the first time I've showed this. I'm going to open them up to the light about 10 o'clock in the morning. Basically the darkness system, you're giving the bird limited light to encourage a body moult and stop any flights being dropped. This is an experiment for myself, see if I can actually get it working. So we'll see if it does. I know the body moult's gone. That's sorted. So, see here, most of them are through the mould. I maybe made the garlic water a little bit strong yesterday, so I've had a little bit runny poo. But I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they're being sick. Yeah, I've got young bird sickness by the looks of it. Looks like I've got young bird sickness, so I have bragged in the past how we haven't got young bird sickness. So this is it, young bird sickness. So I'm going to get them scraped out. I've been expecting it because I've never had it. They're all being sick, and I'm going to go and sort their treatments out. So day 4 of the sickness, and to look at the birds, I can see them eating, which is not really what I want here, because they're eating stuff that's being brought back up on the floor. Oh, yeah, come through. So I've noticed the other side's a little bit cleaner, so I'm going to get them through there. We lost another 2 last night. Oh, yeah, guys, come on, get through. The more able ones of the lot just want out. I've got that one in the corner there, is really not looking too good, and this checker there isn't looking the best either. But on the whole, yes, it still looks quite bad, but there's a lot less glutinous in it. There's a lot more solid poo in there. As you can see on the perch there, we've got some good stuff. One of them's ate a little bit too much. Some more water. I'm getting some stuff from a vet's practice. Basically, it's got electrolytes, and there's one bottle liquid, one's powder, and it's just to take out the bad bacteria in the drinkers. I spent a few quid. I got the vaccinations yesterday, so once they're up again, once the immune system's being pulled around, even just slightly, they're not going to get hit with a secondary infection of paramyx or anything like that. So am I going to lose more? I think I might lose 1 or 2 more tonight. Not 100%, but it's been 2 or 3 days now. Like I said, they are picking up. I've also got, which I mentioned to you in the past, the Respiro Sand Dry. So I think the retail value is approximately £20 per bucket. It's just a loft white powder. I haven't opened it yet, but it smells like sort of like mouthwash. and apparently it doesn't like getting opened. Oh, where is it? There we go. I'll get something to open it. There. So that's what it looks like, and like I say, it smells like mouthwash. It does have disinfectant properties in, I believe. It improves respiratory health, opens the airways, increases lung capacity. A DEFRA Verrucadil disinfectant is added to improve loft hygiene, leading to greater overall health. Absorbs dampness and locks up ammonia. So hopefully a good sprinkle of that stuff instead of just the standard loft white. That might be why some of this has been soaked up, because I used the loft white but I didn't brush it back up. They're pruning, which means some of them are starting to clean themselves now. I think I'm going to lose another couple, I've got to be honest. Sitting there hunched over stuff like that, not looking the best at all. There's Hugo the fantail there, being sick, but nothing coming up, because I haven't had enough to feed. So as you can see there, the other one's waiting for it coming out. There, oh, corn, get it eaten, see? And that's what's happening, and that's why it passes the infection on. So you've just seen it there yourself. They're all fighting over the corn he's just spewed up, which it's not ideal, but they need to eat. I might starve them for another 24 hours yet, I don't know. I'm going to see how things get on. So on previous videos when I've spoke about the birds being poorly and sitting there hunched over, that's usually when they're in the worst state. See that one up there? It's slightly hunched over, but it's not too bad, it's moving around and stuff. You've got one down at the back there. He looks like he's deteriorating, or she does. I wouldn't expect that to live the night. But this one here, really bunched over. Hasn't eaten, it's the only one that hasn't eaten. Yeah, move out the way. So, yes, it's got little bursts of energy in it. See the other bird's attacking it because it's weak. But as you see, what he does, he sits, hunches the sort of tail area right up, pushes the tail itself down and fluffs the body up as much as possible. You tend to find the ones that are weaker, they get covered in poo because they just don't have the sense, they're quite disorientated, and they tend to be on the floor as well, so they get pooed on. So you've got him there, and then that checker down there as well. That one's not looking too healthy either. So them two, I wouldn't expect them to live the night. Like I say, I don't like culling. They're all infected anyway, so I'll just leave them in here for now. The rest are pulling through, which means I've built up some state of immunity to it. You just gotta remember, whatever you do, do not let them out in this condition. As you can see, they're starting to go for their minerals and stuff again, which is always encouraging. Challenging each other over perch area and protection of the stuff. Hey! Hugo being a little bugger, attacking. He knows it's his box, that's why. He was actually born in either that one or the one above it, I can't remember. But yeah, it is looking encouraging. One or two which maybe think about knocking on the head, but like I say, I won't do that unless I know they're going to wipe the whole loft out. So if, for instance, this virus had just started and I had two birds sitting hunched up like that, I'd at least, at minimum, get them out the way. But the rest of the birds have been infected anyway, and they're starting to pull around, so they're building up an immunity to it. So this is always encouraging when you've got or had young bird sickness. As you can see, there's a few still up there not bothering, and that little one there not bothering. But on the whole, they've been starved for 48 hours. Now if you've seen me trapping video, when they've been getting fed normal, they're coming in, their appetite's raging, they're going mental for the food. Here, they're just about managing to stomach some. They're not going mental for it. All I've done is half a feed's worth in quantity, and I've put treatment in the water. But it's very light seed. It's the purative mix mixed with conditioning seed, so very light, easy to digest, in the hope that they eat it and it does exactly what I've said. They digest it quickly, so they're not higing it back up. The stuff I've put in the water is designed to lower the pH level. I believe it's all viruses that affect birds in a bad way live in alkali. So if you can, I think you lower the pH in the water, and it basically it puts it into the acidic range, which is the good bacteria for birds. Like I say, this is just half a feed here. That water's been bottled up overnight to give it a chance to build some good bacteria up. But yes, very encouraging. I mean, if you've seen my other videos, you can see they're not quite themselves. Yes, I mean they're not lively, but they're not being very quiet. You see them nearly there. We've got green shite all over them. And I don't know if it's something to do with this side. This side's where I found the two dead ones, but none of them will go through there by choice. They all want to be through this side. So I don't know what's happening over here. I think it might be because they've seen the dead birds there. I don't know if it scared them with them just being young or what. But I've removed them now, and they won't be buried in the garden or binned. They'll be burned. It's the best way to burn any viruses away on dead carcasses. So I'll remove the rings, put them on my little string, as it is my first year, so every one of these birds quite sentimental to us. And like I say, I'll keep the rings anyway. It's just a shame, one being the fantail, which is very unfortunate. I don't believe it was Hugo. No, I think that's Hugo there. Covered in shite, the poor thing. But that, I mean, the fantail was looking a little bit weak anyway. So I looked around for possible causes of what the sickness was, and it seems to be happening up and down the country at the minute. I've just not heard of it before now. So it's my belief that with the stress of the young birds out flying, molting all at the same time, the good exercises, they really push themselves. As you can see, that check and white one there started his moult. So, you know, the stress on the bodies will be quite horrendous, leaving them vulnerable to any illnesses out there. And it seems an airborne virus. Quite a lot of people were saying, well, it's because old bird racing started. So you go into the club, basketing the birds up. The old birds are getting mixed up, getting a virus, which they're immune to, flying back after the race and carrying it to your loft. Could be the case, but not in this loft because I'm not racing old birds and I haven't really handled anybody else's birds. In fact, what I've done is deliberately say, look, I'm staying away from the globe, and I've texted my friend saying, right, I'm staying away, not to be arrogant, but to stop any cross-contamination or prevent any cross-contamination. But yeah, like I say, this is quite encouraging, the fact that they're wanting to eat. Quite often you'll find their appetite just drops off. The fact that they're wanting to have something to eat, and what I've done, I've powdered it, crushed it out, and then I've put powder on the shelves just to absorb the moisture from the poo that's coming from, because honestly it was like a gloopy sort of sugar water when I came in this morning. And I think I might leave the front door open. I do have the vent movers there, letting air in. But with the hotter weather comes, obviously it brings incubation for any bad bacteria. I will remove the food once I think they've had enough. I'll give them maybe 20 minutes or something, and I'll just keep an eye out and observe for the likes of being sick and stuff like that. I may in fact no, I won't. I'm not going to put a pot of grit in here. Grit and minerals supposedly interacts with your antibiotics. How true that is, I don't know. I might put a little pot of grit in, not too much, just to see how they get on. But I will keep you posted and updated. So as you can see here, the bird's considerably more hungry than yesterday. I've cleaned it out, I've used the sand dry, it smells absolutely lovely in here, but I've sprinkled it everywhere. And I've put some additional grit and minerals and stuff. Just yellow block, like a clear block, red, black mineral powder and grit. I would encourage them to go more towards the food though, at the minute, but obviously they're lacking in that. So as you can see, and then this one. Owen, come on, try and get some of these. Go on. Go on then. So, good stuff. Straight into the drinker with the stuff in, and you've just seen the really poorly one get in there. Same again, it's just a very light feed. My best mix as well as using stuff like that. Just this one I'm worried about. I don't know whether to remove him or just leave him because they're all infected. They're coming out of it now, but like I say, it's just good to see them so hungry. They've had, I think 72, 86 hours maybe, they've had where they've ate quarter of the feed. And that's quarter of one day's feed, not quarter of a whole feed. I don't intend on giving them much more. This is half the feed here, but it's very, very light stuff. I have been given depurative. This is my best mixes, which is going to have more nutritional value. Same again, I'm just worried about him or her, whatever it may be. So yeah, that's it. I'll continue to update as necessary. So thank you very much for watching. That was day 1 to 3 from me noticing the virus, or when I believe it was contracted, to 3 days after treating. I am busy putting together a Word document with an in-depth analysis on the whole thing, which I will make available to email people if you want it. It's more for my own knowledge next year in case this happens again. I've got something to look at, but I've never seen something like that. Quite graphic. It's got pictures of everything, including the dead ones, with analysis on what they look like. You know, how they've died, where they've died, what time they've died, temperatures, all that sort of stuff. if you wouldn't mind liking, subscribing, and we'll get days 4 to 6 on at the end of that period. Thank you.